Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2012 remake of Red Dawn, starring Chris Hemsworth, Josh Hutcherson, Connor Cruz, Josh Peck, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, a few other recognizable faces. Now, if you've seen the original, you know what to expect. For this, you know what to expect for when you watch this movie, but they do have a lot of changes to some of the characters, changes to the enemies that they have to face off. And basically, the plot is a group of individuals, young adults, teenagers, known as the Wolverines. They basically are taking out, members of these, I guess a foreign country comes in and pretty much takes over their town, and it's up to the Wolverines to basically get them out and be like, hey, this is our territory, this is our state, this is our country that we love. You're not going to come in and just do whatever you feel. I wish I could put a more explanation into the plot, but I don't want to give anything too give too much away. But basically, that's what it is. Another country comes in, and it's up to these individuals to, kind of take the enemy out. And I believe in the original it was Russia, and then I think in the remake it's North Korea. Do not quote me on that, but I do believe so. Now, I do know this movie was, I believe, intended to come out the same year or a year before Thor came out. But I believe Thor played a big part before any of his other films came out. Just, I guess, waiting for the success of that film to see how well it would do, which it did do well. Chris has become a really big, well known name, not just for the Marvel films, but for any film he's done now since then. But Thor does play a big part into it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this remake. By all means, it's not going to be the perfect remake. It's not no masterpiece, but I do find some enjoyment out of it. I like kept with the same story like any other remake, but I do like they made changes, kind of made it like its own film in some way. Um, and I like that. I like, if you're going to do a remake, you don't want to do a shot to shot remake. You want to take some, you want to make some changes to make it its own movie, but also be true to what you're remaking. And I felt like that in some way. Now, Chris Hemsworth, I think his acting's okay. Now, mind you, again, this was coming out after the success of Thor, and you can tell when it comes to his American accent in this, you can definitely see he's trying. That's for sure. Um, so I can't really, like, you know um I can't really give him too much crap for it, because he's at least trying. Connor Cruz doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of speaking roles. He's kind of like there, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. His character, it is what it is. Josh Hutcherson's character, I think, was great. Josh Hutcherson is a fantastic actor. I think he's going to be one of those actors as he gets older, can do any genre, no matter what it is. I thought he was great in this. Josh Peck definitely deserves the credit when it comes to this film, because I think his character was really, really good. I feel like when you watch him in this film, he's believable. Just the raw emotions that he's feeling in the film, and to me, he's probably the only character I feel like at times is more believable than anybody else. And I feel like Josh Peck doesn't get enough credit. I think a lot of the range of films he's done are fantastic. Drillbit Taylor's great, even though he's not more of a main character. He's more of like one of those, supporting characters, side characters, as I like to call them. But I think he was great in that. But this, definitely stands out for sure. And I like the chemistry between him and Chris Hemsworth's character. I think it works out really, really well between the two. And it's a shame we didn't get another film with these two. But yeah, I thought, the film was enjoyable for what it is. I do have minor complaints, but all in all, it's a film that I feel like doesn't really drag. I think the pace for this film kind of really goes, really well. There's never really a dull moment where you're like, man, is this movie almost over? You don't get that feeling. I feel like everything just kind of comes and goes, and by the time you know it, the film's over. I wish we would have gotten a sequel. I feel like a sequel would work considering how the end of this film kind of, in a way, it could lead to a sequel, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind. I would like to see a sequel where you can bring the original cast, the cast from the original film, playing these different characters that are going to help, these Wolverine characters, kind of like a nod to the original. That would just be me personally, but I wish I could say more about this movie. But considering it's a remake, there's not a whole lot that can't be said. But if you've seen the original, give that a watch, and give this one a watch, and kind of decide on what your opinion is on it. I don't have either film on Blu-ray or DVD. I actually ended up watching the remake on one of the movie channels last night. So yeah, it'll be on my list. At least the remake will be on my list for Blu-ray, and then the original I know has a 4K release, so that'll be on my list of titles to get in the near future. But if you've seen the film, let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear your opinion. Do you like the remake? I'm sure a lot of you love the original, so let me know what your thoughts on the original are as well. And if you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. I do apologize if it's not the best review that I'm normally able to do, but there's not much you can do when it comes to a remake other than just kind of giving your thoughts and opinions on it. But thank you guys. Excuse me, I'm having a cup of coffee, and for some reason I keep burping, or trying to. But thank you all for tuning in. I am Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, guys, we'll talk films. Peace.